Eric Keller here with Enthusiast Auto Group. We are in our super secret warehouse number 1, where today we've got a really special kind of a surprise EAG First Look that we are sharing with our YouTube followers first before all other forms of advertising. You guessed it, it's an Imola red 2002 M5 that has a whopping 9,000 miles. This is the second 9,000 mile car, M5 that is, that we've brought to market in this very week, EAG First. And we have another car slated to go in that spot right there. And in order to do so, we've got to make some room, as do our clients and fellow enthusiasts a lot of time. It's not an easy choice to make, but it is one that when you want to change up the deck a bit and the opportunity comes a knocking, you answer that door. And so here we are with nothing short of a world-class, all original, numbers matching, original paint, no mods, no track, no stories, no nothing but just amazing ownership history that tracks back to day one. We bought it from the first and only owner directly. He called us, as most of the cars that we've historically bought have found us over the years. While these cars aren't publicly for sale, it's more of that adoption process. They want to ensure it goes to a really great home that they're going to love and care for the car just as they have. Keep the stone chips off and keep the car in a great garage and use the car, show the car, and enjoy the car, love the car. And that's what we do. That's why we go through and so far to rejuvenate them, and why we want to talk to all of those fellow enthusiasts that want to buy our stuff. We want to get to know you and help support your ownership throughout your time with the car. Make sure it's a great one. And these cars are basically new for a second opportunity once they go through our program. And it's a blessing to be able to have such great clients that really appreciate what we're doing to these things and take great care of them. And we're very, very thankful for all the support over the years, by the way. So good looking out. I'll call out the previous owner of this car. Howie, man, you rock. You did a great job. You had a fun, clean lap with the car. 5.5 years, 1,000 miles a year. Howie's a big, big enthusiast up in Michigan. He actually was a very instrumental source in giving me a lot of information, teaching me a lot of the stuff about 2002s that I didn't know way back when. Again, when opportunity came a knocking with the original owner of that 73 TII sunroof, 4-speed car still, all original, never modified, never painted, never nothing. It's just stock original, and helped me make an educated decision. And learning from others is certainly what has helped us get to where we're at. So appreciate you doing a great job caring for this car and selling us 3 cars last year, amongst with this one being one, to make room, as you did, for your next fun toy. And the first owner lived in Gillette, Wyoming. He bought this car for his wife. He probably should have asked her before he went out and spent the money if she liked red or wanted a 4-door M5, because I don't know what the exact reason was, but she didn't drive it. And he said, they just kept it in their garage and kept it in a battery tender. And I've got photos of it sitting there before we bought it. And he was very, very proud of the car, as he should have been. Even the keys are just, look at the lettering still on there. It's new. The shift knob. The steering wheel still has a velvety texture to it. And as soon as you open the door, you just get knocked over with that new car, era E39 smell that smells, as you know, like a pack of 64 Crayola crayons. Odometer sitting at 9,225 miles. We have been servicing this car since we came into its life, and it has needed for nothing. It's on its second battery, second set of Michelins. It's all original, down to the good old yellow coolant tank. That's always a fun topic of conversation online. They are only original once, and as a preservation-based shop, when it's not a failure-prone item, like the upper rear control arms that do have boots that all split while they don't have play, we change those boots on measure because there's physically something not right about them. Those tanks don't leak, they don't have problems, but we can always put a new white one on it down the road. Same with the wheels, still original finish, shadow chrome, not refinished, which doesn't happen very often. And these original shadow chrome wheels have become kind of a hot commodity. Can't get them new anymore to the best of my knowledge. Original M badge there, not yet showing much signs of wear from touching the top there. It's not really an engine that's been torqued and beat on a whole bunch because it's only got 9,000 miles. This definitely is to be considered a #1 condition car. We've had just a handful of cars at this level within the E39 M5 space. This is the second E39 M5 that's been in the EAG Collection, and it's kind of a cool, fun story with the first one. It was an Alpine White 2003, also from the original owner, black interior, sport. He did not want to sell the car, but had to do some rearranging, and basically interviewed us, which turned into more of an interrogation. And I remember it well because it was a 50 hours. I mean, I spent weeks and weeks with this guy, and thankfully we got to the finish line, and he approved me to buy his white M5, and we put it in the collection. And then good old Paul Zuckerman called me and said, I want to buy that car. And I said, it's not for sale. And he said, everything's for sale. And I said, it's not for sale. And long story short, 4 minutes of conversation, he owned the car. That was the year before I think we bought this one. And he had a great 7,000 miles with the car, and we bought it back from him in 17 and sold it to another guy. And then Paul called us up again and said, is that my old car? And I said, yeah. He's like, I want it back. I said, not surprising. And so he bought his old white M5 back. Probably should have kept that one back then too, but it's fun to share these with others, and that's kind of what it's all about. We've met some really great people with a lot of the cars that are in this room and the other room and the other one over there, and yeah, so you get the picture. But this is going to be bittersweet. Certainly want to get to know the next owner well and support them throughout their ownership. That's what comes with buying a car from EAG. And anything that you're going to run into along the way, we're here to help support. This car will likely set a pretty high watermark once sold. Imola red on Silverstone at this mileage, I don't think is a very easily replaceable color combo, and color combos do have an impact on value. We've learned that with other specialty colors like this one, and the Chiaretto has certainly proven that with a couple of the other cars that we've sold in the past, as has Lac Silver within its respective market. So we are going to market with this car for $150,000, and it's a strong number, but it is backed by a very, very, very strong car. I know we get a lot of comments of why don't you share the price, and there's a lot of reasoning behind that. And again, it's because we want to get to know the people that are going to be caring for our cars, and just because somebody has the financial fortitude to buy this M5 or this one or this one or that M5, or well, there's probably another one up there somewhere. Oh yeah, there's another sterling gray one. We want to get to know them and make sure that it's going to be a good fit for them. It's going to be a good fit for us. That they're going to use the car the way that it's best for them, but also the car, and knowing that we want to buy them back. We don't want to put a 9,000 mile car in the hands of somebody that wants a daily driver and they're going to put snows on it. That's just, the cars survived this long, this nice, that would not do this car justice. And there's plenty of other people that have a couple other cars that they can drive in the snow that would keep this car nice and safe and sound, as it has been for 17 years. This car has made it without having any type of vehicular drama, and that happens easily. Things fall off shelves. Natural disasters unfortunately happen, and it's part of the industry and the hobby. And that's, again, where we come in to mitigate those risks and make sure that what you're getting is exactly what we've advertised the car to be, and rejuvenated it for you. So this M5 is going live now with this EAG First Look. This is the first time that we have officially brought this car to market this time around. Shown on our YouTube channel first. It will be on our website shortly thereafter, and other social media avenues. We have a couple hundred photos of this car, undercarriage photos, full history, service history. Any question that you can ask, we have an answer already pre-drafted and on file that we're going to send to you in this data file. And that's, again, why we want people to contact us for more information, because we want to share that with you. It's going to give you a very, very in-depth comprehensive look under the car in every capacity. And that way you can go in with eyes wide open and know exactly what you're buying, and then we don't have any surprises. So thanks for tuning in. Subscribe for more. Follow us on Instagram. A lot of the cars that we're selling are going through the Instagram avenue with, we're doing the dine into this. We're doing the ceramic coat that. We're building the car to suit. And that, of course, we're doing a lot of other stuff with the Instagram as well as the Facebook mediums. But follow us there as well. There's going to be some different cross media between those, and it's a fun way to stay on top of what's going on, because I've got all kinds of stuff going on. It's hard to keep up, but we are doing our best and certainly having a whole lot of fun along the way. Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for more. See you.